Good morning everybody and welcome to a new vlog. It's a new day and we are at Alton Towers. It's a very rainy morning. It's just turned 10 o'clock, so the park has now officially opened. The rides are open, but it's pouring down the rain, so we're really not sure where to go first. But come with us and we'll see where we are. Oh, just to show you straight away, they're advertising for the Curse at Alton Manor. So you can see apparently it's an amazing ride from the reviews and everything that I've read, so we can't wait to get on that today, even though I imagine it's going to be really popular because this weather is really not good. So I imagine that with it being one of the only indoor rides they offer here, that and Gangster Granny are probably going to be extremely popular at the moment because no one's going to get soaking wet, but we'll see how we go. And we have made it to the Curse at Alton Manor. Oh yeah, you can see there in the window, look, at the top. Wow, I'm assuming this is where the queue starts, but I feel it's not open because nobody's kind of doing anything yet, so yeah, it's not open.
All right.
Okay, look, there's no kind of queue. Yeah, so it must be delayed at the minute. There's no kind of queue at the minute. So we'll try and find out what's happening for you now. So we've got some characters out here for the Alton Manor. So there's four. I don't know what. He's telling us to clean the floor. Oh no, there's a man here. He looks. Oh, he's got his jacket on back to front. Look. He's dressed back to front. There's like some other people here. Then they've got the Coach House Confection, and they've turned the little hut over there into macro momentum photos. So we'll have a look at the Coach House Confections after. It looks like it sells toast cones and soft cream ice cream. I think I've heard they sell like freak shakes and things as well. And they've got the toilet there, and they changed the thing into attic of antiquities, quality goods, but it's definitely delayed opening, so they're not even open the actual queue line there yet. So we'll see. So the lady's come out and left a pram, and the pram's just going around by itself, and the baby keeps sitting up and crying. It's really funny, she's just literally left the baby in the pram. Oh, here it goes again. The pram's just going by itself.
Oh, someone crossed it out instead of present. Yeah.
This is bad. No, it's more of the story.
Mum, look!
21st of December, 1892. Mr. and Mrs. Alton held a party to celebrate the turning of a new year. However, on the final chime of midnight, the manor appeared to be struck by a storm of supernatural proportions. All known occupants of the house perished. That is, aside from the owner's only child, Henry, who to this day remains unaccounted for. Please watch your step as you board. Your safety bar will lock automated doors, and cameras is strictly of digital exercise.
Here you are. This is the exit now. So you've got your mine all over the walls. So this is as we're going out now. So this is after the I think you're going to lead us into the gift shop. Yeah, you look perfect in my doll's house. And here we go. Oh, here's the chair and stuff, look. There we go. Here we go. So they've got this here straight away in the shop. The curse, it says Alton Manor on it. So it's meant to be Emily's rocking horse with all of Emily's teddies. And they've got skull glasses are 4, shot glasses, 13 for a tankard. Oh, look at those, multi-skull, 10. They're funny, £8 for a totem skull, 10 for a mug, 5 for a jar, that's not bad, 9 for the tumblers. So the books up here are the books that used to be on the back of the carts when it was dual. But the theming's really cool. We've got creepy dolls. They've got lots more little skulls and things. I'm definitely saying the ride was not a family ride. I don't know what. I think they're putting a family ride because it's not a thrill ride, which I get that, but I don't think it's a family ride. Like Matilda's 10 and she was absolutely terrified of it. Well, £25 for a gargoyle knocker. She will not be going on it again. She was scared to death. And she's watched things like Wednesday and stuff, but she was literally terrified. That was £18. I was a little bit scared at some points. It was very immersive. I don't want to give anything away. It was really immersive, but it was pretty scary. £25 for a kid's hoodie. Some little t-shirts. I've got some mugs here, £8. Just like Alton Towers things. But they've got loads of things around the top here, look. Look at the windows. They've completely I mean, all this like shelving, cabinet and everything. The shop has been completely rethemed. Look at this, that's like the baby carriage. But they put like a... Oh wow, the bear's 100 and... Oh, is that 130? Is that 1,000? 130 pounds, yeah. Small bear's 15. And they've got like classic stuff they have in every shop, like sweets and chocolates and things. And they've got all the detail here, like carved into the wood. We've got more of the books on the top there that were in jewel. So they were on the back of the ride cars in jewel. You can see up there as how... Oh gosh, the dolls are crying over there, look at that. And the eyes lit up on the doll and the doll started to cry. So now the queue doesn't look as bad now. I bet everybody's now actually into the queue system. It now doesn't look like... It's only half hour now, wow. Oh, it does say sensory level. So green, orange and red on the side up there.
Oh, yeah.
Zoom in a little bit so you can see the sensory level guide. So green is low, orange is medium, red is high. And there's a lot of reds on there.
This ride experience is not like it says this is
So a dark and scary ride. Some scenes within the attraction may not be suitable for our younger guests. Parental discretion is advised. There is strobe lighting, there was a lot of flashing lights. There was a lot of things in the dark as well, like really in the dark. This is the ride access pass entrance as well here, which is just next to the attic of antiquities. So just so you know, that's just where that section is. And then the normal queue is just over there, the cursor ultimate, not the normal queue, just the, I never know how to say that, the queue line. So here's some stuff that they sell. So they've got cursed cones, they've got green spirit grim reaper at £4.95, a harlequin is £5.95. Soft serve ice cream, they've got mint green, black vanilla and red strawberry at £3.50 each. So they've got some funky kind of cookies in here. They've got some cupcakes. Then I think it says they've got something called freak shakes as well, which I can't see at the minute, but I'll have a look. Oh, there, freak shakes. So they've got Midnight Forest, Red Mist, Cookies and Scream and Buried Alive, and they're all £6.95 each. They do look really good though. Cupcakes look good. Oh yeah, Coach House cupcake is £3.95. Black webbed cake and a Coach House cookie sandwich with a decorated green goo filled chocolate cookie sandwich. and they've got hot drinks and snacks and things. It's a good little stop. R.I.P. Snowy. So apparently Snowy was Emily's cat. So this is Emily's grave here as well. So this is grave. Emily Alton, December the 31st, 1880 to 18. You can just see the little cat is on the top there as well. So there's another view of it here. So you can see the cracked window up there. There's lights flickering in that window over there. It's covered in moss and everything. There's an open house today. The use of video and camera equipment is forbidden inside this attraction. I didn't actually see that when I went, and I did film a little bit of the inside of it. For sale, Burton Ward. And again, I did see people last week filming it as well. So there's a big sign outside saying the use of camera is forbidden, but I did film inside it. But I did see people last week filming inside as well.
What was said about this?
It was only when you got quite to the ride. What?
So the microphone because of the sound quality.
Yeah, so Ant bought this as like a microphone because this people were saying the sound quality wasn't as good, especially when Ant's spoken. But in my hesitation to stick it in my pocket, because when we got to the front of the ride, it was like, put your cameras away, put your cameras away. I shoved it in my camera and I've snapped it straight away, so which is my own fault, but I didn't mean to do it. I just literally put it in my pocket, and obviously because it was on, it was so dark I could barely see. The rushing it's one of those rides where you walk onto it, so it's a kind of a bit of a continuing movement. There's a little bit of a lull between carriages, but not much of a lull. So I'm not sure what this is in here. So Doom and Sons funeral directors. Doom and Sons. So I'm not sure we're going to go now. I think we're going to have a look at the waiting times, but it's really cool the way they've done the area. It's worth it even if you don't want to go on the ride, just coming and having a little look around, because it's just really, really good the way they've done it. Okay, so we got the cookies and cream shake. So it was, I don't even know what it was.
Chocolate cookie, caramel
Yeah,
sauce,
cookies and cream
milk
milkshake, bones, chocolate chip cookie, candy floss and chocolate sauce. It was, because we got annual pass
$5.69
discount on it, so they should have been, it should have been £6.95. Annual pass discount made it £5.56. So we'll let you know how it is in a minute. It's also started to rain again. So we've just gone, it's literally a 2-minute walk, isn't it really, from Gloomy Wood up to I forgot where we are.
Near Nemesis.
Oh, what's it called though?
It's not the.
Oh, it's really annoying me now.
No.
Oh my gosh, we'll think of it in a minute and we'll really annoy ourselves. So this is going to be Nemesis Sub-Terra, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it used to be years ago, it was a ride, and then they shut it down, but now they're on about reopening it. So you can see they've actually got a disabled entrance queue line there. They've got all the queue line and everything set up. So it says this vehicle is manned by Phalanx, is it? Is it called Phalanx? Phalanx. Climbing on it is strictly prohibited. But the ride is basically behind here. So we're hoping that at some point this season it will actually open, but who knows when it will open. There's no update for it or anything about when it's going to open. We have no idea. Also, this is the bridge, the viewing platform, isn't it, or something? This is the viewing platform for Nemesis. So there's no kind of word on either when that's opening either, but it's basically a viewing platform that goes right out over the top of Nemesis, so you can see the construction work and everything for Nemesis. I'm not sure what we're going to be able to see. Oh, the Forbidden Valley. This is the Forbidden Valley, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's at the Forbidden Valley. Yeah, there's rumours that they're actually going to charge you to go on this viewing platform. We haven't heard anything at the minute, so you can see there, look, Nemesis is closed, investigation is underway. The whole thing right at the front of it is completely shut, so you can't even get anywhere that way now. That whole section is just completely shut. Everything's just, oh, monorail. monorail. So we're going to have to go round this way to get down to head over to Galactica. So they've still got Galactica in this area, that's still going. They've still got Blade, and they've still got one of those like fairground rides, Funk and Fly I think it is, they've still got. So there's still 3 rides over here. Obviously they're not, Galactica's the only kind of big one now, and it's the furthest point away in the park as well. So you're taking quite a big trek to get to it. I mean, I feel like Wales wasn't too bad because we went up to there and then this way, but it'll be a bit of a trek back. I don't think the skyline is working yet either. I know it. Oh, it's not open till July. Oh my gosh. I was going to say, I know it wasn't working last week. So they've got some meal. These are quite good. So loaded fries here, £7.15. Loaded fries meal, £9.35. Hot dog meal, £10.45. Jumbo hot dog, £7.15. Vegan, £7.15. That's not bad. The rain is just like on and off, on and off. It's really annoying. We brought our refillable mug with us as well, so we can just refill our mug, and a good job we did because it's £2.70 for a bottle of water. Yeah, you get annual pass discount again now on your drinks, where they stopped it at one point last year. You didn't get annual pass discount on it anymore, but now they've put it back on again. The rain is really annoying. My hood's like annoying because I'm just up and down with the rain. So this is Blade. It's just right here on the left hand side. So it's like a giant pirate ship. So it's quite fun. I think it's quite fun for little ones if you kind of sit maybe on the very middle of it. If you want a bit more of a thrill, I'd definitely try and recommend sitting further out. Even though I don't think you can actually ask, I think you just kind of get where you're given. But if you don't really want that much of a thrill, I would just say kind of just wait maybe a little minute just to try and get, and on the next one to get a bit more in the middle. Yeah. This is the ride access pass just here as well. So you can see all the crane, all the work there going on with Nemesis. Gosh, huge crane that, isn't it? So we're kind of... Okay, so the mug, the refillable mug was £7.20 with annual pass discount, and that's all day. It's Coke products, isn't it? You can also get water in it. You can get all the different flavours and variants of different things. Because they still do the flavours and stuff, yeah. So you can add flavours into it. They kind of like, yeah, it's not like there's not as many. They did just like trim it back a little bit, but there is still some in it. So you can get some flavours. Yeah, so Funk and Fly is still going. That's just there with its disco music. Not really much of a queue for that at the minute, I don't think. Ride access pass entrance is just there as well on the right. Then, oh, they've also got the roller coaster restaurant down here. I think a lot of people forget the roller coaster restaurant is here. Great restaurant, the roller coaster restaurant. We've had some nice food in there before. It's really fun. Definitely something to experience once, I'd say, because it is really fun. It's funky the way they kind of, they come down and they twirl down the little things. Can be quite funky. But we are going to head off to Galactica now. The rain has eased a little bit, so we're hoping it won't get too wet. So there goes Galactica. That's what we're about to go on now. So this entrance here is actually the entrance for the hotels. So tomorrow morning when we stay at the hotel, we can either come in this entrance here, or we can drive to the front and come out the front entrance. I wasn't expecting that to go over my head at that moment then. So like I said, Galactica is right down here in the corner as well. You've got to come right down here to get to it. But it's currently only showing a 30-minute wait, which is good actually for Galactica at this time. It is 11:15. So the park's been open for an hour and 15 minutes now, and it's only showing a half an hour wait. So we're gonna head on now. So the ride access pass entrance is just next to the main entrance. It's gonna be a bit to go around. But this entrance here says that you must be able to walk down 6 steps. So this entrance is not suitable for wheelchairs or mobility users. There is another ride access pass entrance next to the roller coaster restaurant for people that are in wheelchairs and mobility scooters. That is the way that you would go. They've now sectioned it off into 2 sections. Okay, so we've come off Galactica and we are now just doing a little scenic tour because the Sky Ride is unfortunately not working. Apparently it's not going to back open till, what did you say, June or July time. So they did have a little thing a minute ago, but it's £1 and you could feed the fish. Yeah, it was like a little spinny with like, you get sweets and like a little turning machine. £1 of fish food. Just up there is the path that goes up to Gloomy Wood and up to the Curse of Alton Manor. That's the way we came in this morning. But we've just taken the other path this way because we're trying to get to the other side of the park now. So we're trying to head over to 13. It's finally open. Yeah, you can go all the way through the gardens, but it takes a little bit longer and there's a lot more steps and things and a lot more slopes. which is just, I can't do that. So we're throwing this nice little one, which is quite nice anyway, isn't it? So we're going to head to 13. If you know Alton Towers, you'll know that 13 is very temperamental. Every time it rains, it always goes off. So while there's a bit of a lull in the weather and it's finally opened, we're going to try and see if we can get there before it closes again. So hopefully we're going to have a ride of 13, and then I think we might go do David Williams while we're there and go on the Gangster Granny ride, because they're quite close together. So we'll see when we get round there. So we're at 13. The current wait time is 70 minutes, and they've made a new ride access pass area. So normally, just opposite the photos, you would come up this way and just kind of snake round that little bit of an slope, and then that would be it. But now you've got to like snake round the slope, then you double back on yourself and come right back down here. So I'm not quite sure how long this queue is going to be, but I have a feeling it's going to be a very long time. They do keep announcing that if the adverse weather conditions continue, your ride may be delayed. Luckily the sun has come out, so I'm hoping that's going to help us. But I do know from previous experience that for ride access pass, they only let one party at a time per each carriage. And obviously there isn't many carriages, so one party per time takes a long time to get on. So this is the new ride access pass. There's ride access pass entrance. Please speak to a host at the station exit. So you go up there, right round, all the way in, right over to where the people are coming out at the minute. It's huge, the queue, absolutely huge. We've decided to come out of it because I kind of feel like, you know, like we can't wait that long in the queue. It's not possible for me or myself to stand that long in the queue. I can't wait 30-40 minutes in a queue. That's the whole reason why we have this pass. And I get that sometimes rides are busy, so we're just going to leave it for now. We can always come back tomorrow, or we might come back later on today. We'll just see how we go. Hello. So we left 13. As you could see, the queue was just ridiculous. We came back through Dark Forest, is it? I always forget the names of them. And we saw Rita. So Rita did have a 70-minute queue, but the ride access pass queue, there was like nobody in it. And I thought at first, this must be wrong, like they must have moved it or something. So you go up a couple of little steps. I completely forgot to film it, I am sorry. And when we did it, Oliver, free pick a mix when you buy an £8 tub. Raj's shop. There literally was no queue in the ride access pass. So we got on it. The heavens absolutely opened as we're sat waiting for the ride to go. So I've got a massive wet patch on my legs. My coat is soaking wet. I could probably wring the water out of it, it's that wet, because the heavens just opened and they started to say that it might not even go because of the weather. And after 5 minutes of sat there in torrential rain, it eased off and they let the ride go. But I think it was the worst ride on it we've ever had in our life. Matilda's like absolutely soaked. My pants is soaked. Oh no, on the app David Williams is open, but now it looks like it's down. Yeah, they're sending people out the queue. Oh, that's really annoying because that's an indoor ride. It's pouring down with rain. Oh, there's people inside it there. People inside the queue, so I can't see why it would go down, but it looks like it potentially is. But we're going to basically, we've closed David Williams land to go on Gangster Granny. They say it's only a 5-minute wait, so we thought we'll go on Gangster Granny, get inside somewhere and get warm for a little bit. So we will see how it goes. If it's open or not, we'll update you. Okay, so apparently Gangster Granny is actually down. So on the app it's showing us 15 minutes currently. I've just rechecked it again then as well. But apparently it is down. So there is people inside it, but they're not letting anybody else in. So the people inside, if they choose to wait for it to reopen, that's fine. But you're not allowed to enter the queue when the ride is currently closed. They're hoping it shouldn't be too long to come back up again. Matilda's gone over to Raj's bottom berth because it's literally about 5-minute wait for that, if that. And she can go on that by herself. So she's going to go on that. Then we might go over onto the little carousel where she can go on the carousel, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be reopened again then by the time we've done those two things. But I'll keep you updated and we'll see how we get on. It's really lovely, this land, especially when the sun shines, even though I do think there's a lot of like dead space. So Flavio's is like right in the corner there where like the flashing lights are, just behind Dan. But the building in front of it is kind of like where you queue. which is very strange because that whole building, they could easily have like a ride behind that or inside that building, but they don't. Apparently it used to be some kind of 4D cinema. It's a bit of a shame that that's not open, especially on a day like this, it's pouring down. It would really get disperse the crowds and things and help have a little more an indoor ride when it's raining. There is a lot of people coming out of Gangster Granny queue right now, so I definitely think people are starting to give up on waiting in the queue line for that, which is not a good sign really, is it? Raj's bottom burp is just here though. It used to be the frog hopper years ago, and then they converted it and moved it over here to Raj's bottom burp. Then you've got the carousel and Flavio, and I think Flavio's is kind of like a fairground ride as well. I'm not really convinced that that's a ride that should kind of be here. Then over here you've got the Cuckoo driving school, which is like the little tiny cars that the kids can drive around themselves. The sun has luckily come out now. Theming is really good though in here. Look at these, you've got books with little lamps on top. You can see Gangster Granny with the little corgi. So the theming is really cool. It's just a bit of a kind of a dead space, some of all these buildings here. So this is just like a little pay-as-you-go £1 to drive some little cars around. The next bit is you can print your own driving licence. Then all the other buildings and everything underneath all these buildings here is just nothingness. There's nothing inside them. You can't go in them. Nothing there. It's just kind of random, which I do think is wasted space. They could have a lot more stuff here. Even like, you know, another indoor ride. I think a 4D cinema theatre or something. But this is where you just drive around the little cars. I remember Matilda was gutted because when you get to 1.4 metres, you can't ride anymore. So she was glad she was 1.4 so she could ride all the big rides, but then gutted because it meant she then couldn't ride on this. So it's literally just the other side of Gangster Granny. You can come in this way as well. You come in through the tower over there and come over that bridge and come round this way. But we just came in at the other side because of where we'd come from. So I'm glad, like I said, that the sun is out now, but it's very annoying that Gangster Granny is down. Spinball Wizard is also down. That's not due to open till April. So that's down as well. Look at Matilda, I don't know what she's doing there. She does not look happy at all. She's in squeaky bum. Oh, she's smiling a little bit. Her arms and her legs are going up and down all the time. So it is pretty cool on that. Still some people inside there by the looks of it. Then you've got Raj's shop. You've got Wallybum's Way. So the theming, what they've done is really good, you know, on this part here, like the lights and everything and all the kind of decoration on the top of the castle here to make it look really royal. The flower boxes, a little Royal Alton Hall, Borough of Walliams. You know, they've really thought about it with a lot of the theming. I just wish that there was more things here. So you've got Raj's shop, Hugh's tissues, Priest's sweets. You've got all funny kind of advertisements. Oh, they put a Doom and Sons one in. So that's near the Alton Manor, the new one. Wonder how long that's actually been there. Doom and Sons Funeral Directors. Alton Towers, Talbot Street. That's funny because that was right there as well. I've never noticed that before. Local dentist from Demon Dentist. All sorts of things. Wallybum's taxi service. Raj's deal. Bog off on flakes. Buy one flake and get one flake free. Currently out of stock. Where are we going? Oh, you're going on the carousel? That'd be nice. So they're going to go on the... I bet you are regretting the freak. They've been going up and down on that. Flavio's is like it has quite a queue actually at the moment. It's a bit further back there. So they're going to go on the Royal Carousel. I don't think there's really much of a queue for the Royal Carousel. So we'll see how it goes. So I've just come into Raj's shop. So just to let you know that an adult poncho is £9. A child is £7, a toddler is £6, and an umbrella is £14. They are really funky, the ponchos, though I do really like them. So this is obviously the adult poncho. So they are quite cool. They've got all the different rides on them. They've even got like Vampire on there and Tiger Rock and stuff from Chessington. So it looks like they've got poppers down the side. And then this is the kind of shop. So it's like full of sweets. Raj's deal, free gift with every tin of Spam. All like little funny things in there. Candy taco, turtle egg. Buy one, get none free. Oh, they've got t-shirts reduced. Gangster Granny coloured t-shirts was 15, now 10. Never really seen a sale before. free gift, a packet of moments. Offer only applies if Granny is an international jewel thief. Buy one, get them free. They've got loads of the books though, individually priced, whatever price. It's just on the back of them. Then they've got all different things here, key rings, magnets. So these are the umbrellas. So you can see they're not huge umbrellas. Free gift with every tin of Spam. So they got one of these little corgi teddies years ago. And then, they've actually got a cash machine in here as well. So I'm just going to head out now and see. They are on the carousel, unless they've come off it. I'm trying to see. Oh no, I can see them there. They're on the carousel, yeah. Still going around on the horses. Just going to try and see if I don't think Gangster Granny's, unfortunately, still not open. Really disappointing that. It's been down for a long time now. So it's sad that it's still not open. I'm not sure what we're going to do when they get off this then. But I'm sure I will let you know. So just to show you here, so you can buy your souvenir cups from like a vending machine here. So they're £15 to buy for one bottle each, or you can reactivate them. So each time you come, it's only £9, and that's for a full day of full drinks. What is it, sorry? So £7.20 to reactivate it if you've got an annual pass. Yeah, you can't reactivate them here though, and also they're doing, what is that? Oh, that's thank you for recycling. I think that's just general, isn't it? But it is absolutely bucketing it down. So we went over to Smiler. We got in the disabled access queue. It was a 70-minute wait, and it was a long queue. But we just thought we're just going to have to try and just see how far we get. We were in the queue for 25 minutes, so we did really well. And then Matilda needed the toilet, which is obviously the reason why we had this pass. So it wasn't very good, so we had to come out of the queue. And I did say to somebody, look, is there any way of getting back in again? We came out of the queue and it started to rain. There's like a river running down. Matilda wants to show you all. Look at that. That's how bad the weather is. So we came out of the queue and he said what you can do is you can go to single riders queue and just tell them that you spoke to me. But really, you should have gone to the front of the queue. And I said, well, we can't really get to the front because we were like in all the... We were just on in the inside bit, and it was a bit of a thing to get to the front and with everybody there. It's very crammed. So we came off, literally came into the toilet, and we've come out and it's absolutely pouring. So it had stopped and gone really sunny when we were in the queue for Smiler, but now it's pouring down. So we've decided, Matilda said she doesn't want to do it in the rain because we're just going to get drenched. It's obviously not fun when you're getting soaking wet. Matilda's just been trying to dry her jeans under the dryer because she's drowned. Socks and shoes are soaking wet because the Smiler queue doesn't really have very good drainage, so our feet got drenched just trying to queue up. So we're now going to head to the front. We're going to have a look in the shop, and then we're going to come out the shop and assess from there. But it might just be that we'll go back to the hotel, which is awful because we've only really done, we did the Curse at Alton Manor, we did Galactica, and then we did Rita, and then Matilda did do Raj's bottom burp and the carousel, but that's literally it the whole day. And it's sad, but it's just so wet. Like, it's 10 to 2 now, but it's just pouring, and all the rides have got like an 80-90 minute wait as well, which is just madness, isn't it? I've never seen it with the queues this big either. So the queues are massive, which means the access pass queues are massive. You stood outside queuing in the rain. I know, like Aunt said, the access pass doesn't make sense because the reason for having it is because you can't queue. But what they do is they only put you on the very last carriage because they say that if the ride broke down, they need to know where you are. But like Aunt said, that's okay. But Matilda doesn't have a mobility issue. If the ride breaks down, why do they need to know where she is? She's with me, I can get her off safely. She has no mobility, she doesn't need help getting out of the ride. So it is a bit ridiculous that you're just queuing and queuing and queuing for ages. So it's not really good. But like I say, it's just absolutely pouring down. So we're going to go in the shop and then we're going to see where we go from there. So just to show you, this is the Smiler queue. So you can see how much water is all over the floor. Look at this. Absolutely soaking. And here it is. Almost ready to go in a minute. So we just come back on. I think it's about to go now. It's about to go. And we're just about to get on to Smiler. And we're done. So I know I've filmed kind of intermittently, but just to catch you up a little bit. So we left Smiler when Matilda needed the toilet. We came back up to the Tower Street. You and Matilda were in the shop, didn't you? Yeah. We had a little look round and then we came out and it had stopped raining. So we decided to head back to Smiler because the gentleman did say that if I mentioned to somebody that we'd been in that queue, go down the single rider queue, they might let us back on. So we went down the single rider queue and really luckily they did let us back on. Straight away went on. We obviously get to the top of the stairs and you have a little bit of a wait, but hardly anything. And obviously by that point everybody that was in that ride access pass queue would have been on it anyway. And so we went on Smiler. Luckily the sun had come out at that point, hadn't it? And it was really beautiful. So we went on there, literally got off Smiler, went to walk up the stairs and the heavens opened outside again. So we got to the ride queue and you would have stood in the queue at the end of the ride. And it was in the shop and it was just like poured down. So we were going to go back and do Gangster Granny, but we decided that since it was absolutely pouring down, we were not going to go back to Gangster Granny because we were soaking wet. So I did show you a little bit of the Smiler queue, me and Matilda with our feet. So obviously our feet were soaking wet from that anyway. And then as we've come out, we've just got drowned again. So we've come back up right out of Tower Street and we're actually back at the car now. And so we've come out of the hotel, out of the park, and we've come back to the car. We're going to get in the car now and we're going to head to where we're staying for the night, which is actually the Woodland accommodation. So Woodland Lodges. So it's like the little hobbit holes. So what we're going to do is we're going to drive over because we're quite near the front of the park today. So we're going to drive over to the Woodland Lodges. And previously you've drove over there and we've got the monorail to the front and got the monorail back over. But we just parked here today. So we're going to drive back over there now. And then we'll let you know once, we'll go through it when we get there. Okay. Okay, I think we're going to end this video now and then we'll do, and then what we'll do is I'll catch up again when we get to the Woodland Lodges, but that will be in the next video that's coming out. So if you've made it this far, thank you for following us. It's been a very wet and horrible windy day at Alton Towers, but we appreciate everybody that watches our videos. We will be back tomorrow as well for a second day. So we're going to have the video tonight of our Woodland stay. We're going to the Crooked Spoon for dinner tonight as well. So we'll have all that content and then we'll be back in the park tomorrow. So I'm going to be bye for now from me, from Laura from Wahana 3, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.